It's Jessica. How you doing? That was stupid. Hey guys, it's Jessica, and I finally uploaded my paranormal story time that I was supposed to upload 3 weeks ago and just never did. So I guess you guys think I'm a liar already, huh? That's great. So anyway, I decided to film my very first paranormal experience, or the very first one I remember, obviously. Go, Jessica. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background. Backstory. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. Because that's what YouTubers do, right? We get backstories. Okay, so when my parents, oh my God, this video is going to be all over the place. When my grandparents first married, they were married back in the 50s. They bought a dainty little farmhouse. And once they bought another property on this property, if that makes any sense, it was handed down to my aunt and uncle. And then it was handed down to my family. My mom, my dad, me, my sister. So when we lived there, when this experience happened, I was like 5 or 6. And it was just a dainty little farmhouse. It was so cute. We had a milk barn. We used to milk cows. I mean, come on. It was just the life as a child. It was awesome. And I'm going to try to explain how the house looked. I mean, I guess it's relevant, right? I don't know. So when you walk in the front door, to the left a little bit is this little nook. To the right is the living room, which leads into the kitchen, which leads into the back storage room, which was haunted. Then standing at the front door again, you go straight back, and that's the bedroom that we all shared, and the walk-in closet and the bathroom. And since we all shared the same room, because everybody knew that that back room in that house was haunted, nobody would go into it for any reason at all. And it did not matter what time of the year it was, whether it be 115 degrees outside or whether it be -5 outside. That room was always so cold. And nobody would go in there at all. If one of the toys accidentally slid up under that door, that toy was gone forever, honey, because nobody's going in there, honey. Nobody. So anyway, when this took place, I was about 5, 6. I might have been 7. I'm 4 years older than my sister, and we had those bunk beds, those wooden bunk beds. You know those wooden bunk beds where you had the big, the wooden plank on the top bunk that you could just slide right under. Yeah, I fell many times. That thing was not safe whatsoever. Luckily, I fell out of that thing so many times. My mom made a pile of stuffed animals and bean bags. So every time I fell to my death, I just fell on a bunch of bean bags and stuff. And I just laid there until morning, until it was time to wake up. So anyway, irrelevant. What is that? Anyway, back to the story. Okay, so when our bunk bed was going long ways, and my mom and dad's bed was coming like from the wall to the middle of the room, if that makes any sense. So anyway, to the story. Okay, this day was just like every other day. Oh wait, I need to do a side note. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Back then, when I was a child, my mom would not allow us to watch anything scary. I had no idea who Chucky was. I had no idea who Freddy Krueger was. I had no idea who Jason was. The scariest thing that this girl saw when I was a child was Bowser from Mario. Yeah. So scary. So I wanted to I'm really hot, guys. I'm sorry. So I wanted to just tell you guys that, because that way you know, like, I didn't see anything scary as a child, so there would be really no reason for me to, like, make these things up in my imagination. And trust me, none of my experiences have ever been made up. That's something on my channel that I will not do. I will never put a fake story on my channel that did not happen. And I will not exaggerate my stories. Just so you know. So anyway, I'm asleep this night, okay? I'm on top bunk. And I always sleep facing the wall because I'm hoping that I don't roll over and just plunge myself to my death. So I'm facing the wall and I'm asleep. And I remember I woke up, and as I woke up, on the wall, there was this bright orange light, okay? And I roll my head over and I look, and standing in the doorway was a man with a bright orange light behind him. And I remember I'm looking at him, and I'm like 5, 6, 7 years old, and I'm like, who is that? You know, like my heart's racing and I don't know what's going on. I look over at my mom and dad. They're sleeping, and I don't know whether to scream or to just be quiet or to die. And so I sit there for a minute, what seemed like forever. I'm sure it was just a few seconds, but I sit there and I'm like, who is this man? So I'm staring at him, and he never moves. And then I remember I looked down at his side, and in his arm, hanging by his side, was an axe. When I saw that axe, I freaked out so bad. I still didn't move. You know, any inch of my body. I didn't say a word. I just kept staring, and I was like, okay, I'm just having a dream. I'm just going to close my eyes and open them, and he'll be gone. So I did that. I shut my eyes, opened them back up. He's still there. And guys, this light was so bright behind him that I couldn't see his features. I couldn't see what he was wearing. I couldn't see what he looked like. The light was so bright behind him that he was all black. Like it was just the silhouette of a man. Like you could see him, but you couldn't see anything of him because the light behind him was so bright. So I remember I closed my eyes and opened them back up like 3 or 4 times, and he was still there. And I look over at my mom and dad, and they're still asleep. So I just kept staring at him, and I'm telling you guys, it seemed like it was forever, but it was probably just like 30 seconds to a minute, you know. But when you're a kid, you know. So all of a sudden the light starts to go dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. And as it starts to dim, he starts to turn to walk away. And the more he turns, the dimmer the light gets. And I'm talking, this thing was bright. It lit up the entire room, okay? So then he finally makes that step to walk away. And as he makes that step, the light just gets sucked out of the room, and he's gone. It's gone completely. And I sat there for a second trying to process what just happened. And I remember I was like, do I get down? Do I scream? I'm so afraid to move. So I look over my mom again, and I scream. Scream so loud, like, so loud. And my mom wakes up, and she's like, what? So I tell her what happened, and she blows it off as, oh, honey, you just had a nightmare. It's okay. And I'm like, woman. No, mama. I know what I saw. That was not a dream. Trust me, mama, I was not asleep. And it's actually interesting to note that, because it seems like after that instance, things started happening more and more. And I actually figured this out about 3 years ago. The same man has actually followed me my entire life, and I had not even had a clue until about 3 years ago. But this man has followed me my entire life. He doesn't always have an axe by his side, and I have been able to see his features and everything a few times. But it's pretty interesting that I actually realized that he's been following me my whole life. And so yeah, that was my story. It may not have been really scary, but it definitely was paranormal. And I wanted to ask you guys, the few of you that are here, what would you like to see? Would you like for me to film from my very first experiences and work my way up to now, the recent ones? Or would you like to hear the recent ones first and then go back or like just jump in between, you know? Or would you like to hear the scary ones first? Or would you like, I don't know, guys, just give me a suggestion, I guess. I'm always open for suggestions, and you know, you guys are the reason I make a video, so, well, I want to make videos, don't get me wrong, but, you know, you guys are watching, so I want to make sure you guys are entertained also. But I think the next one I'll film, will be the haunted room in the old house. It's actually tore down now, just so you know. But anyway, unless you guys are open to something else. If you guys have any ideas, go ahead and let me know. So yeah, anyway, guys, I guess I will just talk to you guys later. And thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. And don't judge my editing skills. I'm not sure if I'm even going to edit this. I don't know if it's going to just be a raw video for right now, or if I'm just going to go all out and go ahead and edit. I really don't know. But anyway, can't wait to see you guys next time, and talk to you later. Bye!